Okay, swing Gitan. Great gypsy melody. G minor. Now, for those of you who are staff conscious and watch the chart, I took some liberties with the rhythms, but it's a great melody, I think. It's got a lot of little half-step motions and movements and twists and turns that are kind of cool. And jamming over this one is a little bit tricky, but not too bad. Very typical of gypsy songs. It's G harmonic minor, first off. And harmonic minor, as you may know now, is flatted 6, 1, 2, flat 3, as all minors do, 4, 5, flat 6, but the regular 7th. So it's got this big jump. Makes it sound kind of Eastern. This is Eastern European influenced music. They say that the gypsies came from India, actually, so maybe that's their influence. Second octave, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F sharp. I myself, when I first started playing gypsy music, had to get kind of used to that fingering. I was used to pentatonics from the blues scales and playing rock and roll. It took me a little bit to practice to get those weird stretches and stuff to feel comfortable. Anyways, so in the chart, G slash means G minor, so that's obviously the first scale we could use. It's going to give a swing rhythm. Now, the second chord of this song is A7, which is not in the scale. Not made of the scale. It's A7, which is A, C sharp, E, G. So that C sharp is kind of pokey there, and it's important to bring it out. It's in the melody, and the scale needs to change there too. Now, how much of the scale? Do you actually have to play an A7 arpeggiated scale there? Not really, because a lot of times in gypsy music, we'll put the flat 9 over the scale anyways, if it's a 7th chord. The flat 9 of A is B flat. And a lot of those notes, except for the C sharp, are all in the original G harmonic minor. So you can kind of still stick with it with the G harmonic minor, except throw C sharps in, which makes it even weirder. But there is an E in the chord too. E is not in the melody, but you can kind of just change a couple of notes of G harmonic minor and get away with it. So the first chord, G minor, G harmonic minor. The second chord, the A7, you can kind of do a twisted G harmonic minor with E's instead. Just change those two notes. So that works. Just change a couple notes, you don't have to think too hard. Or just think A7. That's kind of what I do actually. I throw in that flat 9. The next chord, D7, same approach. It kind of fits. It fits the G harmonic minor again, but there is a B in the melody. You can address that as your solo or not. It's up to you. But it definitely has F sharps as that leading note. And C naturals. So in that second chord, A7, we have C sharp. The third chord, we have C natural. There's the leading tones you need to bring out. We've talked about those in other lessons, I think. The fourth chord is back to G minor. And then it gets weird and goes to A flat. I have more than one gypsy song that goes that way. In fact, my own song, Sweet Sustenance, does a similar thing. Actually in the same key. Now, do I think A flat totally? Sort of, but I still keep D's in there. There's no D's in the melody to conflict with it, or D flats. A flat, straight A flat major scale has D flats in it. Again, I treat everything as kind of an altered G harmonic minor. So you go as far as you can with this. I play A flat, B flat, C, D, which is called Lydian, actually. Some people like put the F sharps in it. Kind of weird. You kind of think A flat. It goes by. It's only 2 measures. I just kind of keep it A flat, but throw in a D note, which makes it A flat Lydian. A lot of talking for something that's actually not as complicated as it sounds. Next chord is G minor, same stuff again, G harmonic minor. Then it goes back to that A7 again, same materials we talked about, and D7, same materials we talked about. The second half, the B section, has almost identical chords, just the chords go faster at the end. So it's B section, G minor, A7, D7. I throw that flat 9 over the D7, E flat, G minor. Remember that the arpeggio notes will actually be the skeleton of everything. It's your bones, and the other notes are just fill in. Next chord, A flat, G minor, A7, D7, G. So the 2 halves of the song are actually identical, except the ending chords just go 2, 5, 1 in G, faster. 1 measure in the 2, which is A7, major 2, and 1 measure in the D7 and the G. And it turns around back to the very top of the song. The chart shows a D7. Where the first half of the song goes A for 2 bars and D for 2 bars because it's taking its time getting to the G minor at the beginning of the B section. So fairly simple in that way, as long as you get used to G harmonic minor, A7 within this overall shebang of things, and what I just did there was A, C sharp, E, G, B flat, there's a flat 9, C sharp, will help to practice your diminished scales. That actually is a diminished scale if you skip the A on the A7. And D7, doing the same thing there. It has kind of an E flat diminished arpeggio in it if you put the flat 9. And the A flat. It's just the G harmonic minor with A flats in it. Kind of, that's how I treat it. That's all you need for this song. Other than that, don't think too much. Be loose about it. And if you get lost, just abort to the G harmonic minor and throw in some blues scale riffs. It always kind of goes over. There's lessons on this site about the G blues. So you can always use the blues scales to get away with murder, and you can use them for punctuation. Like comes the end of the song, A, D, G. And you can do stuff like that with a flat 5. So, or maybe not too fast, don't freak out, but just do your thing. And it'd be good to learn the melody. The melody has a lot of twists and turns in it. A lot of half-step motions, and you can do that too. If you're not completely comfortable with the G harmonic minor, you can twist around that E flat and G harmonic minor. You can switch to an E once in a while. You can twist around. There's no exact rules to this stuff. The only rule I would say for gypsy music is to be spirited and have fun. All right? It takes a bit of practice to be spirited and have fun in this style. That's the challenge of it. It's stuff to know, and also stuff to kind of forget once you know. That's the ultimate. Play like you're out of your mind, but also know what you're doing. It's a tall order. But that's for this tune. I hope that helps. Have fun.